What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are beginning the manga version of Advance of Zeta, the Flag of Titans. The story follows Eliard Hunter, who joined the Titans and ended up getting arrested. The Titans tried to set him up. The novel shifts focus between the present during Eliard's trial and the past during the Grips conflict. However, this manga seems to focus mainly on the past. Before the incident, Eliard joined the Titans test team and tested some of the most advanced mobile suits we have seen during this time. Grab your copy of Watership Down, and let's get into this. Somewhere in Earth's orbit, the Winzel Company is performing training exercises. Amongst this company is Eliard Hunter. Commander Sirkin summons him to his office. He thinks he is getting in trouble, but the commander congratulates him and tells him that his application was accepted. He is now a Titan. He tells his fellow comrades. Eliard can't believe it is real. If you haven't read the novels, one thing we experience is the Titans through Eliard's eyes. This is a dream come true for him. He doesn't see the fascism. He is just trying to be the best soldier he can. His company is all excited for him. The new Titan takes a shuttle to the Aswan, an Alexandria-class ship. Modified gem quells are flying around the ship. He heads to the bridge where he finds two men fighting. Eliard tells the man to stand down. He says, Amado says what? Eliard says what? And the guy proceeds to give the full force a bright on his cheeks. The two begin fighting. A woman breaks up the fight. This is Audrey April. The man he fought is Carl Matsubara. She takes them to their commander of the Black Otter Squad, Wes Murphy. They were late because they were fighting. Wes was going to give a motivational speech, but he takes them to the mobile suit hangar instead. He shows Eliard his mobile suit, the GEM Type C. Carl will be using the GEM Sniper, but both are more focused on the GUNDAM. This is TR-1, known as Hazel. Check out our novel coverage for a breakdown of the Titans test team mobile suits. But as a reminder, the Hazel is a GEM quail with a Gundam head and considered the first of the TR project. The team is coming back from training exercises. Carl got his first confirmed kill. Eliard isn't looking too well as this was his first battle, and it seems to stick in your head. Audrey tells Carl to apologize to Eliard. Carl's hands are trembling. He is pretending to be fine, but he too is feeling the shock of a real battle. Carl goes to apologize, but Eliard doesn't open up, causing Carl to try to start another fight. As the two bicker, we meet Hendrik and Pete working on the gems. Wes tells them to stop fighting with each other. Later, they head out on another mission. They launch and intercept 3 Gelgoogs. A Gelgoog gets behind Eliard, but Carl is able to take it out. Eliard needs to focus and back up the commander. Luckily, he and his Hazel didn't need any help. This moment is in the novel, but the manga shows what happens after. Eliard realizes he is an asshole in this situation and goes to apologize to Carl for being a dick. Audrey says he is in the hangar and to give Carl some beers as a form of apology. In the hangar, Carl is playing with a model of a SPAD S7. You know what, screw it, let's break this down. The SPAD S7 C1 is a single-seat biplane SPAD used during World War I, which had its first flight in 1916. It has a wingspan of 7.8 meters. And uses the Hispano-Suiza liquid-cooled V8 engine. It has one 7.7mm Vickers machine gun. Carl says that he is a fan of Georges Jeanmaire, a French ace pilot. In space, these models can actually float. That's kinda fun. He is in the hangar to admire the Gundam. He read about them in textbooks. They truly are lucky to be in this situation. The two bury the hatchet and instantly begin bickering with one another, but this time as friends. Meanwhile, Bask and Jamatov are plotting something. UC-0084, Kompe Island. A shuttle is heading towards the Aswan. Eliard and Carl are arguing once again when Audrey breaks them up. Everyone on board are calling the two the Black Rabbits Double Trouble, and Audrey is embarrassed. Wes mentions that those type are the ones who survive in a place like this. The two look at their new logo, which is a rabbit. Eliard and Carl don't get it. Audrey walks into the briefing room and screams. The boys come running to help her, but it is just a rabbit. She seems to hate all animals. Haha, Spacenoids are kinda weak. That is when they get a red alert. They run to their mobile suits. Audrey tells them someone is attacking the shuttle heading their way. They haven't had contact with the shuttle for 10 minutes. The team launches. They finally receive a message claiming they were attacked by their own teammates. They have to be on their guard. They approach the ship when someone fires a weapon. It is a GEM Type C. They aren't able to ID the unit. It is working with a Rickdown. Carl pushes in too close. Eliard tries to draw them away. He gets a kill on the GEM, protecting Carl's back. Once again, Wes was handling business on his own and was able to drive off the Rickdown. They tow the shuttle to the Aswan. Audrey is hanging outside of the briefing room because she is afraid of the rabbit. It turns out it is the commander's bunny. She bans the bunny from the briefing room. Carl paints Eliard's kill count on his mobile suit and the two bicker about the placement. The Hazel is now white. The shuttle brought them a new loadout for the Hazel. Hendrik reminds Carl of the gym sniper malfunctions that he needs to work on. Audrey tells Eliard to help him with some errands. This latest loadout puts an incredible load on its frame, which is a gym quell frame. Luckily, that is what the Titans test team is for. Let's test this out. Good luck, pilot. Eliard doesn't understand the pattern of the Zeon Remnant's latest attack. A girl from the bridge named Kate Ross gives Audrey training exercise schedules. Kate is exclusive to this manga. They all get word that the Federation is making their first mobile suit based off of the Zaku. They heard these rumors from the shuttle that brought them the new Hazel equipment. Carl doesn't like that they are using Zeon tech, but Eliard doesn't mind and even has some training from the Academy, even if they are making these new units. If they are making these new units, then the Titans test team will most likely get at least one of these new models, whether they like it or not. Eliard hopes that it is Carl that pilots this new unit, and vice versa. West tells him to leave patriotism to the top brass. If this helps them survive, then that is all that matters. Everything else is pride. Meanwhile, on Side 1 is the new unit. It is the Hyzak. Some mysterious Zeon remnants are meeting and just learned intel on the location of the new Hyzak. The Aswan docks at Side 1, Colony 25. This colony is a Fetty Bubble supply depot. They are planning on running operational tests here once the Hazel upgrades are complete. The team gets a little shore leave. They hear rumors this place is a Titan's training ground, even though everyone here is wearing normal Fetty uniforms. This is the first time they felt gravity in some time. While heading out in a jeep, Eliard sees a young girl that looks like Mytel from Galaxy Express 39. Carl was struck down asking out Audrey as she is going out with Kate Ross and having a girls' night. Wes and Hendrik are getting some beers. The boys head to a bar where they talk about going up against the Frisian squad in tomorrow's exercises. The guy that Carl initially hit in the first chapter is a part of this squad, and he is quite skilled. Speak of the devil, the other team is in this bar as well, and approaches the Black Otters. They talk shit before one takes a swing. Carl tries to fight, but Eliard tells him not to embarrass the commander again. The MPs come in, and everyone scrams. Eliard heads out the back where a woman waves him down. It happens to be the mysterious girl he saw earlier. This woman happens to be a Zeon pilot. She has been tailing Eliard and wants help finding something. Audrey says this day is going so well. Nothing could ruin it. Carl approaches her. Her day is ruined, and she knows Carl is most likely the cause of all this commotion. Eliard notes that the girl's eyes are looking at him, but focused on something else. He opens up to this random girl. He realizes he is being too vulnerable and pulls it back a bit. That is when they notice black smoke in the direction of Gundam Hazel. Before running off, she says that her name is Hilda. She says don't worry about what she is looking for. Dude, this is obviously a distraction. Her real name is Hildegard Skorinzi, and she is a part of the Killmeyer squad. Also a side note, none of this is in the novel. This Hildy side story is all manga exclusive. Eliard makes it back to the base to find a Gelgoog Marine terrorizing the base. The calibration of the Hazel is incomplete, but Wes will have to make do. He launches and engages with the Gelgoog. As Eliard joins the battle, more Gelgoogs approach. A Gelgoog jumps onto Eliard's gym and fires his beam rifle within the colony. Carl and the others have no idea what is going on when they see Eliard in his gym. They wonder how he got back to the base so quickly. The gang has to evacuate. Eliard chases down the Gelgoog and gets the upper hand. He gets the pilot to surrender. The pilot exits the cockpit. Eliard realizes that it is Hilda. The man helping Hilda is surrounded by Fetties. This is Lieutenant Killmeyer. Hilda explains that their mission was to capture Hazel. Killmeyer is known for not losing one soldier in both the One-Year War and the Delaz conflict. So the Fetties wonder why did he go through all this trouble for this mission, which was basically a suicide mission for him and his men. Killmeyer is in a wheelchair and is no longer on the front lines. He essentially wanted he and his men to go out with a bang. Eliard asks Hilda why fight as the nation they are fighting for no longer exists. Ultimately, they know this, and their fighting is in vain. That is what she was searching for earlier. Oh, she was looking for a metaphor. I know it was a distraction, but this girl literally made Eliard look for a metaphor for her. It's like telling the world to help me find happiness. That's not going to happen with external validation. While talking, Hilda's comrades come to rescue her. They bail from the colony. Their exercises were scrubbed due to this incident. Hildy will be on Eliard's mind for some time. May UC 0085, 2 months out from the Colony 30 incident. And that will do it for our first dive into the manga of Advance of Zeta Flag of Titans. So far, there is very little overlap of the book. This seems to focus more on stories in between what happens in the book. It also dives more into the character dynamics and the relationships of the Black Otter squad. Next time, the team gets to test the new Hyzak. Carl's gym sniper is badly damaged, and many begin protesting at Colony 30. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to ask the girl what she is looking for, so you don't end up looking for a metaphor. Peace.